Breaking news that we want to get to. This is some aerial footage of the house from Drake. This is the rapper Drake right there. This is his house in Toronto. There was a shooting that happened earlier outside Drake's Toronto home, and one person was injured in this. According to TMZ, sources confirm the injured person is a member of Drake's security team. Now, police have yet to say if they believe the shooting is related to the Kendrick Lamar feud. Drake and Kendrick Lamar have been feuding for quite some time.
Tell me, why is TMZ always there and know everything before even the news? How?
Diss tracks against one another. But again, police have revealed the victim suffered a gunshot wound to the upper chest, and it does appear to have been a drive-by attack. Also, there has been impact across the Atlantic. In London, someone reportedly vandalizing Drake's store, spray painting, quote, "They not like us" on the store's front window. That graffiti inspired by Kendrick Lamar's latest diss track drop, quote, "Not like us." And just a short time ago, we were hearing from Canadian authorities as they shared the very latest in this shooting, and I do want to play that for you right now.
And I'm one of the media relations officers for the Toronto Police Service.
Yo, I just want to say prayers go out to the security guard that got hit. But I'm telling you, this is a distraction, guys. It's a distraction. I explain later. Let's get back into this.
Speaking today is Inspector Paul Kravchuk of our Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, which investigates all shootings and firearm discharges within the city of Toronto. Inspector?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Inspector Paul Kravchuk of the Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, and I'm pleased to be here today. I know there's a lot of interest in this incident, and I hope you can also appreciate that information is very limited at this time, so I only have so much. What I do know, I will advise you of, and I will take a few questions at the end. This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was taken to hospital in serious condition. That person was working apparently as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred. We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time. Again, it's very early on in the investigation. I cannot speak to a motive at this time because it's so early, but as we get information, we will share it with you. Anyone with information is asked to call 416-808-2510 or Crime Stoppers. You can expect to see an increased presence in this neighborhood for the next little while, but it's no different than any other shooting or firearm discharge. We'll have officers here looking for witnesses to come forward, as well as we canvassing for video. I'll now take a few questions.
Was Drake home, and is he cooperating with this investigation?
I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team.
Hey, I might skim over this. I don't want to look at this whole thing if they're not talking about anything that's worth listening to, but we'll see.
And they are cooperating.
To what extent is the rap beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar part of the investigation focus?
So I am aware of what you're talking about, but it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time, and so I cannot comment further on that.
While the motive may not be confirmed, if that is something that you're looking at, knowing that this beef crosses borders into the U.S., is there anything being done in the investigation to maybe prevent a potential suspect from leaving Canada?
So this is no different than any other investigation, okay? Like, it's maybe more high profile because there's more people here, but we treat it like any other incident. So we'll be using all our resources. Our teams will be doing as much as they can to investigate this, but it'll be no different than any other investigation at this time.
Is the man who was shot still in serious condition? Have you been able to talk to him? Has he not been able to give you a suspect description? And how is there no video yet of the car that fled?
So I can tell you that all I'm going to say about the victim is that he's still in the hospital in serious condition.
Age?
And I'm not going to just... no, I'm not going to at this time.
This is obviously a very well-to-do neighborhood. There's likely a lot of video around. Have you guys begun your canvassing? Do you expect to get a good amount of video involved with this?
I would be surprised if we didn't. I can say that we've already collected some video evidence which captures the incident.
You said suspects plural. Can you say, are we talking 2, 3, or more?
No idea at this time.
And would you characterize...
Yeah, isn't this a gated community? I don't know, but as if million dollar homes, it got to be a gated community. And so, how did they get in there? Something to think about.
Is this a drive-by shooting, or more specifically, did they stop and open fire?
I'm not going to get into specifics about the investigation at this time. Just that a vehicle was involved and then fled the scene. That will be part of our investigation, but again, we're very early on.
How did the 911 call come in? Who made it?
I don't have that information.
Was this security guard alone? Were there other security guards here too?
I don't have that information.
In the incident, did it look like
no
the security guard was the target? Were they trying to get past him?
Don't know at this time.
You said you have video capturing the incident?
Yes.
The actual shooting?
Yes.
And you can't give us a description of the vehicle?
Nope, not at this time.
Because you don't want to release it?
No, because we're dealing with video quality issues, correct? So we, as we have information and we're able to analyze video better, then we'll be able to provide more information.
You mentioned that the shooting occurred outside the gates, but there are markers inside near a garage, and there's an area cordoned off there. Would shell casings have gone that far? Why would that be?
I haven't even walked up to the scene, so I can't comment. Oh, thank you.
Do we know how many shots were fired?
No, that's going to be part of the investigation. Can't comment at this time. Thank you very much.
Is it gang related?
Hey, do you own your home in Texas but still rent your electricity? If you pay more than $70 a month in electricity,
All right, so we were just listening as authorities provided the very latest information after a security guard was shot outside the rapper Drake's house right there. And this is aerial footage of his home in Toronto. You can see it is a very large residence that is being described as an upscale neighborhood. So this is what we know from authorities. The security guard was outside Drake's home, which you see right there in this aerial footage. When that shooting occurred, the shooter was inside a vehicle. That vehicle drove by this house and shot the security guard. The security guard right now is in the hospital in serious condition. We were hearing reporters asking whether this shooting had anything to do with Drake's feud with rapper Kendrick Lamar. And we heard authorities saying this is very early on in the investigation. And at this point in time, they do not have a motive. But you heard from the authority right there that there will be an increased police presence in this neighborhood. He did stress that there is no difference from other shootings. He also said he cannot confirm if Drake was actually home at this time. Again, this is Drake's home in Toronto. He did say, though, that there is video evidence that captured the shooting. He did not elaborate as to exactly what that video showed. And he also said that they don't have any information about who called 911. So again, we are following some breaking news after a security guard outside Drake's Toronto house was shot, now in the hospital in critical condition. It is unclear whether this shooting had anything to do with Drake's ongoing feud with fellow singer and rapper Kendrick Lamar. And again, these are aerial shots of Drake's Toronto mansion right there. Of course, as soon as we get any new information, we will share that with you here on Live Now from Fox.
All right, guys.
Over 970 flips later, I finally made it. I created a completely done-for-you calculator that allows you to crunch every number.
Okay, guys. Let me hurry and give you my 2 cents on this. First of all, I'm going to say this is the distraction. It's a distraction, guys. And second of all, I want to say prayers go out to the security guard. I heard he really did get shot. It's not like somebody made this up. They say he is in critical condition. So that really did happen. Now, you can't tell me that the police don't know what happened or what's going on. They got the video, but they don't want to say. They don't want to talk about the video quality. Come on now. This is upscale neighborhood. You think the video gonna be crappy? And first of all, if this is an upscale neighborhood, you can't tell me this is not a gated community. A big old mansion like that, I'm sure it probably costs, I don't know how much it costs. Maybe 30, 40, 50 million maybe, something like that. And it's just out in the open where anybody can just drive by at any time. This got to be in a gated community. Because I know these communities, well, here I'm in Houston, Texas. They have gated communities. They also got communities that's not gated. That's just, there's rich communities and it's not gated. But those ones that's gated, the mansions are something like Drake's. The ones that's not gated, they might be like $3 or $4 or $5 million. And you can just drive by anytime. But the ones that's like this, in the neighborhood, secluded neighborhood, you can't even get to it. They got a guard outside. You got to go through the guard. So whoever did this, did they finesse the guard and get by? If it's in a gated community. We don't know if it's in a gated community. But if it's not in a gated community, I can understand somebody can just drive by and start shooting. But I just want to say that, guys, this is a distraction, like I said earlier, and it's not just a coincidence that this happened right after Drake last song. Then they said they were shooting up his other home or whatever. Something happened to his other home or in London. I didn't know he had another home in London. So either here's some options. I mean, not some options. Here's some scenarios. Or it could be some crazy fans of Kendrick shooting warning shots to Drake because Kendrick said he's a pedophile, and these people saying, hey, Drake need to go down because he's a pedophile. Let's go get him. So it could be some deranged, crazy fans of Kendrick Lamar, and want to go end Drake, you know what I'm saying? Because they think he is a pedophile. That's one scenario. Reason why this happened at both residents, at this one and the one in London, they say. The other thing is, this could all be an inside job, and security guard probably just was in the middle of it, and it was all orchestrated. I'm not saying that Drake orchestrated or Kendrick Lamar orchestrated. I'm saying the industry, the music industry, orchestrated this so it can be actual beef, so we can put our energy into this. You know what I'm saying? They want us to be distracted. So it's something else going on since all this happened. This is, why did this happen right after Drake put out his album? Put out his last disc. Why did it happen after Lamar? I keep saying Lamar. Kendrick put out his record about him being pedophile. He said it two or three times in the song. So why the incident didn't happen right after then? Why it had to happen right after Drake? That's why I say it was orchestrated by the industry people to keep us distracted and to start this beef outside of rap, because these people are being looked at right now. Kendrick is being looked at. Drake is being looked at. All energy is going, especially young people, is going towards these rappers right here. They're putting all their energy into it. So let's put some fear into them. Let's put some negativity. Let's put some real life, supposedly real life beef against them. Let's start with what the young black people are familiar with: drive-by shootings. I guarantee you guys that they orchestrated this. The industry orchestrated this. I'm telling you. Because when they start a beef, a rap beef, just like with the Biggie and Tupac, Nas and Jay-Z, all those beefs, all of them didn't end up with violence outside there, but the industry always does something to make it mainstream, to put a lot of energy out there, negative energy, so we can gravitate to it. So guys, please don't fall for this. Of course, pray for it. We don't want nobody to get hurt. Pray for the security guard to recover. We don't want nobody to be hurt. But please don't put that much energy into this, because this is all to keep us in a negative state, guys. Please. I don't want to be saying please, but guys, don't invest that much energy into this. All right? That's all I want to say. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, drop a comment down below, share this video everywhere. We're trying to get this channel to 5,000 subscribers, because I'm going to do a giveaway. And one other thing, if you want to learn how to manifest anything you want in your life, click in the comments and in the description below. It's a link. And that link going to take you to an ebook where it'll show you how to manifest anything that you want with numbers. So click on that link in my description and in my comments. And I just want to say, pray, meditate, everything's going to be all right. Peace, get woke, and keep rising.